In the grand arena of life, every man faces his own unique seasons, times of triumph, struggle, growth, and reflection. Your legacy is forged not just by the challenges you face, but by the quality of your thoughts and actions. Welcome to the Legacy Podcast with Ernest Wood, where we explore the path to true happiness, enduring legacy, and becoming the man you're meant to be.
Hey, welcome to Legacy Podcast. I'm Ernest Wood, and we're back with another one. It's another solo one. And hopefully you've enjoyed the guests that I've had and my other solo episodes, and you've gotten something out of it. Today, I'm going to do something a little different. I have a book that is titled The 1,000 Most Important Questions That You Will Ever Ask Yourself by Elise Thomas. And what I'm going to do is there's a little section here that, let me see if I can find it. It's called Life Questions. I haven't went through this. A while back I read the book or went through it, and I never really even answered the questions. I found it quite interesting, but it might be this could be fun, or it could be really bad, and you'll let me know at the end of it. So, life questions. When was the last time that you went through and asked yourself these, questions? We just kind of go through our day and just do it, right? We wake up and we have habits, some of them good, some of them bad. But do we ever really step back and take a moment to listen to ourselves, to ask ourselves questions, to know exactly where we're at? So I'm going to start. Am I happy? Yeah, I am happy. It took me a long time to be able to say that. I spent 40 plus years of being in a spot where I was never really happy with who I am. But I've learned a lot lately, and I've gotten to a spot where I can actually look in the mirror and go, I am happy. What would my life look like if one day I woke up and all my deepest dreams were fulfilled? Well, I would have 100,000 followers on my podcast, and I would be able to coach. That's all I want to do. Hey, that is what I really want to do in life, is be able to coach and help people get, find their energy, find their focus, and get to feeling good again. Because I see way too many people that are jacked up. And I'd probably golf 2 times a week and vacation a lot. So I would be able to do my podcast and vacation and coach the people while I'm on vacation. I think that would be awesome. What do I do in my life to actively prevent this from happening? Oh, yeah. What do I do to actively prevent this from happening? Well, I sit on my stupid ass phone way too often. I've caught myself lately. I've been getting into scrolling for no reason. I work on some content and then I get on there and just, and then I look up and it's 35 minutes later. Also, I haven't been setting up boundaries for myself. Like, wife will call and say, "Hey, let's go out to dinner with our buddy." And instead of just saying no, like I should do, and work on my stuff, I go out to dinner. So I need to make sure that I am setting my boundaries and getting my stuff done every day. I need to be more consistent. How positive and optimistic am I? I am 2,000% better than I used to be. I still struggle with it a little bit, but I don't stress on it anymore. I believe that good stuff's going to happen as long as I can continue to work on the things. But every once in a while, like when I lack some sleep, I get a little grumpy and negative. How do I express my creativity and put it into action? Well, every day I try to do a little bit of content, and I've been working on a workbook right now that I've been using ChatGPT, and we kind of go back and forth and chat. It's been a lot of freaking work trying to get this thing totally dialed into what can be effective for somebody's learning and coaching. But it's been fun, and I've learned a lot. And I just keep trying to learn every day and being creative with the way I ask questions and the approach that I'm looking at trying to take, because you can't just be the same as everybody else, or who what makes you better, right? If you're not any different. How do I express my creativity? Oh, just did that one. What are the special things I have wanted to be or do since I was a small child? Special things. Huh. I always loved coaching. Oh, I mean, ever since forever. I think I started coaching when I was maybe 17, 18. I coached my little brother's basketball team. And I really, really enjoy coaching. I Yeah, that is it, man. This being able to coach and help people get better in whatever aspect of life that they're trying to get better in. So that would be my one. Do I know what I really want? I can actually say yes. Like I said, I want to be able to be a coach. I want to be able to help people figure out, well, I already kind of figured my stuff out, but help them figure their stuff out and get more energy, get more focus, feel better about themselves, and look in the mirror and go, man, I like that guy. That is what I really want. I want the most people humanly possible to be able to do that. It's so sad to see how many people are just pissed off every day, lack that self-love, self-respect, and the only thing they do is grind for money and grind for material objects, and they've lost their sense of self. Do I live in accordance with my personal core values? I'd say most of the time I do. My core values is it's accountability, consistency, discipline, and then I have I believe in gratitude, forgiveness, and empathy. And those, I'm super consistent with myself and my discipline, but I'm not perfect. So that there is a couple bad little habits that I have that I'm trying to remove, but I get rid of them for a week or two and then I freaking catch myself doing it again. One is sugar. I cut out sugar a lot, and then I'll have one little snack, and then all of a sudden I'm eating sugar every day. And I notice when I eat it, my freaking joints hurt, my pain, my whatever. Another little one is sometimes I catch myself if I see a little twerking video. Oh shit, there I go. I'm gonna start watching a bunch of twerking, and I don't know why I do it. It's just it's almost like that movie Idiocracy, right? Where I don't know if you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. Idiocracy, it's fantastic, but it talk, it shows that one the most famous show on TV that day is called or that year is called Butts, and all it is a butt just on TV. It's kind of like what I have. I have an issue with that. If I can find a good butt, I'm probably watching it for a while. Little more than you need to know, right? But anyway, does my lifestyle allow me to fulfill some of the things I really want? Yeah. Um, my lifestyle is, like I said, I need to probably set some of those boundaries to make sure that I keep on the task and make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do. because every once in a while I'll end up playing golf a little more than I should. But overall, my lifestyle is pretty solid. I don't do anything in abundance or um, excess. Do I feel connected to others and to a meaningful whole? Hmm. This one, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm connected to Tammy and probably my my one son more than the other son, unfortunately. But other than that, I'm kind of lacking the connections right now. I think it's part of that whole growing process, right? I'm kind of in between a group of friends and getting to another group of friends because I've been on this little growth thing that has pushed me out of my norm. So yeah, and then but connected to the whole, I think I would have to say yeah. I know there's a higher power. I don't know exactly what it is, or like, if I don't think it's a big white dude with a big beard sitting up in the clouds like watching us do all our stuff every day. But I know there's a higher power that connects us all. There's a vibration, there's energies and everything, and we're all part of it. So I would say yeah, I'm definitely connected to the whole. Do I have a sense of purpose or direction that helps me feel that who I am and what I do are worthwhile? Are there words which can express this? A sense of purpose. I like I said, man, my purpose is to be able to help people feel better about themselves. It, I, man, I just hey, I can't stand watching people who just feel like there's no way out. There's no way to succeed or get better, or a lot of the people's already succeeded, but they've reached that point where it's like, man, it's not just about the money anymore, it's about feeling good about yourself. So yeah, man, the purpose and direction, it helps me feel that who I am and are worthwhile. I know it's worthwhile. I know that if I can just influence or help one person, it's what I'm here to do then. If it's only that one person, maybe that one person goes on to help hundreds and thousands of other people. Or maybe down the road, I'm the guy who's going to help hundreds of people. I just want to stay consistent and be a good example for my kids, the people around me, and just be a genuinely good dude, like a kind, generous person. Is there enough adventure and risk in my life? Right now, I'd have to say probably not enough adventure and risk. Well, I mean, I did take a big risk. I quit my job and I wrote a book and started a coaching and a podcast and all that stuff. That was a big risk. Um, Adventure, there hasn't been a whole lot of adventure lately because it's been a lot of freaking work trying to get this up and going, and not a whole lot of income. So doing my adventures has kind of been put to the back side. What is my characteristic approach when faced with a major challenge? Man, I used to run from challenges. I hated challenges. I hated struggles and anything. Like, I would take a challenge up to a point, right? And that point was until I got uncomfortable. I could do it as long as it was moving along pretty easy. I could do it. But now I love challenges. Challenges means that I am just getting better. I am learning something new. I have learned so much shit in the last 1 year that I didn't even think my brain can contain all of it. Actually, it probably hasn't because it's booted a lot of other crap out. But yeah, man, I embrace the challenges now, and it's a whole different mindset. How have how have any major setbacks in my life affected my ability to move forward on my own terms? Had a lot of major setbacks in life, and I've kind of bounced back from each one of them. Setback, I've told this story before. I got caught stealing when the first week that or within like the same week month that I found out I was having my first kid. So I used that setback to get me into the Navy, and or move me out to the Navy. The Navy, I got taught me some discipline and resiliency, and moved me towards a career path that I was in for quite a long time. And then, good old California decided to shut down all the power plants pretty much. So that was a big setback. I had to adjust and make, change what I was doing. So I went into car sales. I excelled in car sales. And during that time is when I finally figured out, hey, I don't really like that guy in the mirror. And I fixed that. I went to work on fixing that. So I, quit that, or stopped being a car salesman and went to work on fixing myself, wrote the book, got this stuff, coaching stuff, and I've helped a few other people. So yeah, major setbacks, man. You got to just use those setbacks as just temporary losses or temporary momentum shifts. However you want to look at it, there's going to be setbacks in life. Anytime that you're trying to move forward, there's going to be setbacks. So just get used to them. Do I give up too easily? Wow. That used to be a big old fat hell yes. Uh, Anytime anything got hard, it was just, that was the easy way out, right? And many of us do it because it, our brains are here to make it simple for us, right? As much as possible. And if your emotions and your everything's telling you, hey, this is going to be hard, your brain starts saying, hey, we don't need to do it. We can do it this way, or we can just stop. We can stop. Let's take a break. Hey, let's put that to the side for a second. Has your brain freaking done that to you? Think about it, man. How many times does that happen? I know hundreds of times where I've start to get to a spot and the brain just goes, you don't need to do that. Stop. Stop. Take a break. Don't push too hard. And what did I do? I gave up. I've had like so close to success on a couple little things, and right when I was about to grab that last little freaking thing to pull me over the top, I said, fuck it. We'll start something new. That looks easier. So yeah. But now, no. But now I'm gonna have to say now I don't. I have been doing this thing for over a year now, and it has been not easy. And I haven't stopped. And there's been plenty of times that I freaking want to stop and just go do something else. But I'm going to make myself succeed in this. There we go. What am I most afraid of and why? I think most afraid of is being poor and not being able to retire or not have money. And that came from when I was a little kid. I saw my mom struggle. I lived with my father for like a year, and we begged for money for some food. I've seen other people who just get to that spot in life where they're trying to scrape by with social security, and they need to go buy a car, and they can't have a bigger than a $200 monthly car payment, and they can't barely afford their their debt. They have tons of debt. I hate having debt, and yeah, that is probably what I'm most afraid of, is just not having enough. But that is one of those things that I've been working also, because the world is full of abundance. There is plenty to go around. You just need to get out there and get it. And whatever it is, abundance doesn't have to necessarily mean money. It could be just time. You have abundance of time that is available, right? I mean, it's limited, but there is an abundance of it. We seem to waste a lot of it. Do I keep reaching a place where I feel I can move ahead, only to find another obstacle in my path? Describe exactly what happens. How does this pattern keep repeating itself? If this repeating pattern was in a film or a song, what would the title of the song or the movie be? I think there's always going to be obstacles in the way, but there's that's just the way life is. Like, and we got to get over it. Like, we have to stop thinking that it's just going to fucking be easy someday. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have it's the principle of ebb and flow, right? Like, you're going to have your good times, you're going to have your bad times, you're going to have, those okay times, and it's just the way it goes, man. And learning how to deal with those obstacles is the best way to overcome that. Many people, as soon as they see an obstacle, they fucking turn around and run. They change course, and sometimes you do have to change the course. Yeah, work your way around that freaking obstacle. Sometimes you have to climb straight over that son of a bitch. Sometimes you get a drill and you fucking drill through it. But obstacles are there for a reason. And I was listening to, I want to say, Tony Robbins and Myron Golden, and they were talking about obstacles, and I believe this now. It's, God put them there, those obstacles, because we're not ready for the success that's on the other side. And think about this, like, how many people have won the lottery and within 5-10 years they're super broke, they're way worse off, they hate life, they're fucking divorced, their life is totally ruined because they found the easy way to a whole lot of money, right? And it happens many times. It even happens to, the football players and basketball players. They become instantly rich. Yeah, they went through obstacles. Those guys, they've worked their way through there and got there, but they didn't learn how to have that kind of success. So I just use obstacles now as that I'm not ready for the success. It teaches me something to move into the next game plan, right? And a name of that freaking thing. Name or a movie title? Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I'm not that creative. Let's see. Name or of a movie title. Maybe some bust of rhymes like "move, bitch, get out the way." Huh? How about that one? Or "nothing's gonna break my stride. Nothing's gonna slow me down. No, no." God dang, that's some bad shit. That's some bad singing right there. But yeah, "nothing's gonna break my stride. Move, bitch, get out the way." I don't know. There's a bunch. What is yours? What are the things that most frustrate me on a daily basis? Frustration on a daily basis. You know, the only thing that really frustrates me is people with a victim mentality. And I get it. I do get it because I had it. I was always a victim. I always felt that I deserved something better. I should get something easier, and that that is one of those things that's frustrating as shit to see. And why it's frustrating is because it was part of me. So I guess that's going to be the most frustrating thing. And you can cure all that with some gratitude and have some gratitude in your life and be thankful for what is out there and stop being ungrateful. What are the things that most matter to me on a daily basis? Matters to me most on a daily basis is being kind, I want to be kind every day, want to be able to be generous and be consistent and disciplined and accountable to myself. I always, I used to lie to myself a lot. I used to tell myself I'm going to do something. I never did it. It's okay. And I learned that is just the worst because once you start lying to yourself, you can lie to anybody. And so be honest with yourself, be truthful, and hold yourself accountable. But my thing that matters is getting 1% better every day and just learning that. So those are the life questions that I went on and asked myself in front of you guys today. I don't know. You have to let me know if any of this is helpful or if that was just a stupid ass episode that I should redo. I'm gonna probably go through and I have to edit some of the stuff because, well, you know, it's not the best. But that's just where we learn, right? That's how we get better. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for spending a couple moments with me. And hopefully you ask yourself these same questions. It's a little bit eye opening. There was a couple questions in there and I was like, ah, shit, I don't really want to answer that. But hey, you heard it. And thank you for tuning in. And please subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll just keep on making these until I'm good at this shit. Thanks. Bye.